I got second round, fight.
Savoie's got his work cut out for him if he wants to get back in this one.
He needs to not kick to the body. He needs to look for solid punches, keep his base low, and look for things up the middle.
Look for knees. When you know for a fact that your opponent is going to be level changing, it's all that stuff, like you say, Paul, right up the middle. Now they're just going to box it out.
Smith swung out of his shoes there. Savoie unable to capitalize.
Beautiful calf kick.
So much punishment from Smith.
Yeah, Savoie gives one back, though. He's responding still.
Yeah, so tough.
But he is beat up. He's tough, there's no doubt. I mean, he took a lot of damage in that first round, but he's still fighting. He's showing his grit.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that Jacoby Smith expended a lot of energy as well.
Yeah,
you're looking at a guy who finishes fights early.
Oh! That was close.
Woo.
Smart move there from Smith to get it right back down to the ground where he was absolutely dominating in the first round. Because listen, I think he can get a knockout, no doubt, but he is going to risk the chance that you give Savoie a big right hand.
Watch the eyes, Jacoby.
Covering the mouth and then sliding right into an elbow.
And that's a tough spot that Savoie is cut right between the eyes. So when he's on his back, that you know, up and down cut between the eyes just bleeds into either eye, depending on which way you're leaning.
All right, Krista, you got to move.
Yeah, Mark Smith taking a good look here. Even though he's fighting back, he knows how badly he's getting damaged with these shots.
Well, and Savoie's in a spot where he's going to have to expose his back to be able to get back up off of that left hip. Right here.
This is where he could finish it if he just starts unloading with these big uppercuts. Try to go under the arm. He's got the wrist trap now.
Savoie just trying to mitigate the damage now if he can control the posture of Smith. Smith pins down the right. Savoie doing just enough to stay in the fight every time Smith was stepping in for a warning. Short elbow, and then he comes across with the right twice.
Everything that Smith is throwing is mean right now.
Oh my goodness. Thudding elbows from Jacoby Smith. And that's going to do it. Mark Smith steps in to call it. Jacoby Smith is your winner by TKO. Dana White approves. Smith is that standout athlete we were building up. We expected to see aggression in all phases, and that's what he put forth.
Super exciting young man right here. I mean, Jacoby Smith's, what, 28 years old? With that wrestling pedigree, with the gym he's at, with the ground and pound that he put on display here. We got an early front runner right there, guys.
Well, I asked Saif Saud earlier in 2024, who's coming up from your gym? He said Jacoby Smith is going to be a problem.
Well, and we can see what type of problem he's going to be right here. I mean, the creativity in his takedowns and then the dominance. Once he's able to get on top, this style of ground and pound is what keeps grappling so exciting. I mean, the damage that he was doing with those elbows every single time he would strike, and there's that athleticism we were talking about. Look out, Justin Gaethje. We got another back flipper.
And credit to Mark Smith. I think that was a really fair stoppage. You know, Christian Savoie would have went out there on his shield, but he stepped in and you know, took him out of there for his own good.
Jacoby Smith moves to 9-0 as a pro, getting it done with his 7th knockout win. Here's Justin Bernard to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 55 seconds into round number 2, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for the winner by TKO, Jacoby Smith.
Start with Jacoby. All right, you are an absolute freak of nature. I honestly can't remember the last time that I saw a talent like this that wasn't in the UFC already. And Cormier's been all over me. And Cormier literally said to me, all his years that he's been in the game, he looks at you as like a Habib-type talent. So what can't you do, kid? I'm excited to find out. Welcome to the UFC.
Jacoby Smith, welcome to the UFC.
You ready? Fight!
This fight clock is brought to you by Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the UFC. Finney's in red, Er-Ramy's in blue.
Big left hook there from Er-Ramy.
Takedown early for Finney, and he gets it. Now the big question, let's see how he approaches the aggression.
And he put him right in front of Dana, huh?
Yep, what will he do with it? He's got this spot front and center. These are the moments where he's got to maintain control, but do damage like we saw in that last fight.
Collects the right wrist of Er-Ramy, and Er-Ramy a bit of a fish out of water in this position. Full mount for Finney now.
Ramy in a very tough spot here. He's either going to have to expose his back or give full mount, and he's going to choose the back route towards Finney. A little high here, but he's flattening him out. This is bad for Er-Ramy.
Well, he's got the arm triangle set
he
up.
Sure does. He's going to try to
the arm
step
triangle
off.
choke now. He almost stepped off to the side. He's choosing to stay in full mount, squeeze away. This is where that 5'8" burly frame might provide an advantage for Finney.
Oh, yeah, I can only imagine what it's like to be squeezed in an arm triangle. Did he tap?
I don't think so.
Well, he thought about it, I know that.
He's gurgling.
But he's turning into it. He's almost
He
out
is
of it.
trying his
Now
hardest.
He's back in it.
Oh, man, he is fighting with everything he has, but I don't think he's getting out of it.
Are you okay?
No, he's not out of it.
Gives the thumbs up after McMahon checked in.
And Therese is not stepping off because Er-Ramy's legs are so long and he's able to buck really, really high in the air.
Man, credit to Er-Ramy for getting out of that, but at what cost? Talk about heart. He was gurgling, I could hear him. He's got to be careful again here.
Yeah.
Every time he looks to frame, Torres Finney uses his head to start to look for that choke again.
Finney is 9-0. He's finished 7 of those 9 wins. So his performance on season 2 that went the distance is not indicative of the fighter that he's been as a pro, but only 1 of his wins are by submission. Curiously enough, it came last October right here on Dana White's Contender Series. Perhaps he squeezes him out again.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful. He keeps trying to reach over to try to get back up to his feet and get to a hip. He's got to try to clear that right leg, get out of this half guard, and get himself to that fence as best he can.
You know, one of the things that I think Torres Finney deals with in terms of how short he is for this division, it's hard to be face-to-face and chest-to-chest in half guard. He's got to get to full mount to really be able to unload like he is now.
This is what Finney has got to do here.
Yes.
I think forget even the arm triangle. I know he could probably get it, but I think it would be even more exciting and just better for his case to get the contract if he just postures up right in front of Dana and the guys and starts laying down some ground and pound. Risk losing that position to get a big TKO.
Exactly. He's fighting so hard to maintain this dominant position against the longer legs of Er-Ramy that he's losing a little bit of momentum of the moment. Possibly thinking about an Americana there.
Now he's got the back.
Yeah, this is trouble. If he gets both those hooks in and flattens him out, looking for the rear naked choke.
That's exactly what Torres Finney needs to do.
He's got the wrist wrap.
Hammering away, close to the TKO victory, right in front of Dana White. And Torres Finney becomes the first fighter to win 3 bouts on Dana White's Contender Series. A sly smile from the boss, a shrug.
How about it now?
Got a big Torres Finney. Got exactly what he came for. But Dana probably got a little more than he came for. That is a stout, powerful middleweight from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Er-Ramy is now 10-0. And pretty fleet of foot, and the music comes on.
He sure is. I mean, the way that he was able to ride these positions, stay in a dominant spot, even though the height was at a disadvantage for him, and then when the moment came, land big shots. That is what we have been looking for the entire time from Er-Ramy, the urgency to finish the fight. And what better spot than right in front of Dana White to deliver these shots and finish that fight. That was awesome.
Total strikes, 49-2. Significant strikes, 35-0 for Er-Ramy, who was utterly dominant in a first-round stoppage victory. That's his 5th win that came inside of round number 1. Let's make it official. Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 minutes, 10 seconds into round number 1, referee Eric McMahon calls a stop to the fight for the winner by TKO, Finney.
All right, now listen to me, kid. You, Uncle Snoop, Aunt Dee Dee, Coach Larry, Uncle Bebe, Mom and Dad, none of you can disagree with me. You brought a different energy tonight than you did the last 2 fights. That's how you do it. Get over here. Welcom to the UFC.
Finney, welcome to the UFC.
And is warning them, watch your heads, because they are throwing with such aggression. A couple of times we've gotten close to a bad clash of heads.
Neither of these guys seems to be breathing hard either.
Gotta be the left leg of Xavier Franklin that's feeling it the worst.
Franklin's standing about an eye poke maybe
right now.
Don't wait. Put it out. Yeah. You gotta start going. You can't wait on here. You gotta start going. Yeah. That's body fight.
22 and counting in the leg kick department registered by David Martinez, and the 23rd brings him off his feet.
Yeah, and he is officially feeling it now. You could tell his stance staggered there. He almost fell down.
And then shot for a takedown.
I mean, what was it, 22?
23 now.
23, that's a lot of leg
And they're
kicks.
powerful ones.
Yeah.
I mean, he's putting every ounce of energy into it.
Putting weight behind them.
Those aren't little claps.
Yeah, they're not little feeler out kicks to the leg. Oh, man, another one. Man, I love that he's getting busier with them as the fight is going on here in the 3rd. Because now the movement is clearly affected.
Franklin's corner asking him to mix in some body shots here. They want him thrown to the body, then coming back upstairs. And despite the fact that Franklin continues to push forward, I do think he's compromised just enough to where Martinez is starting to pull ahead in these boxing combinations. He just doesn't have quite the mobility that he did earlier in the fight.
He can't chase as much now.
Yeah.
And even when he does, just putting that weight on that lead leg now, and just the fear that maybe a big leg kick is coming right behind it. As soon as I put my weight on it to try to get loaded up for a big shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Good? Over 2.5 rounds.
Stop, time.
Man, I don't know what happened there.
You good? Are you good? All right, hey, be careful. All right, time in. Fight.
I saw a leg kick.
Yeah, I think he complained about it enough that Mark wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I didn't see it either.
Oh! It's a modified Superman punch from Martinez. 2 minutes to go.
We don't see the Superman punch as much as we used to do.
And I think that
Bring it back.
Shout out GSP, right?
Yeah, Superman jab to the leg kick was one of his favorites. I used to try that all the time. I just didn't have that double leg to follow up.
But she had the elbows.
These two Bantamweights standing right in the center. Back and forth fight. David Martinez using that movement to his advantage later in the fight. Franklin not as much sting to these strikes. Starting to check the leg kicks, but he still can't feel good, as he has now registered 30 leg kicks through 14 minutes.
And even checking them at this point with the amount of swelling and damage and just pain that you're feeling in that leg, it still does the job.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Martinez starts throwing more of these acrobatic head kicks.
I love
wheel
it.
kick.
And how about after all the output to have the ability, still a lot of speed coming on him. I think he stumbled back that time, but Franklin trying to take advantage. Hops on the back, Martinez right back to his feet.
Got to do something reckless here.
Final 15 seconds. Franklin, a bit of a deer in the headlights right now, looking for a powerful shot. David Martinez came close with some of those spinning attacks. CEO liked what he saw. Why would you not? Entertaining affair at 135 pounds between David Martinez out of Mexico City and Xavier Franklin from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, what a high-level fight. I mean, this really was the story of the fight right there. The leg kicks of David Martinez just absolutely destroying the lead leg and therefore the movement of Xavier Franklin. But Franklin never gave up on himself, and every moment that he could was landing big shots. But Martinez just continued throughout this fight to build and build and build on that damage to the lead leg. Franklin kept it close, though.
Competitive, fun fight. And that's always good when Dana White comes in there. Win or lose, comes and tells you how good the fight was. I think we'll be seeing Franklin again in the either on the Contender Series in the future. Yeah, kid's got a lot of skills. And it's just two high prospects here.
Franklin just 27 years old. David Martinez 26. Let's find out how the judges saw it. Here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, David Martinez.
This next fight, what an incredible, unbelievable fight. And let me just start with this. I already said this to Xavier in the octagon tonight. Fast, talented, tough, great chin. Much respect to that kid. Xavier, much respect. Don't quit, kid. You keep training. We'll see you again sometime. David Martinez, you're special, man. KO power, takedown defense, devastating leg kicks, unbelievable chin, great heart. But let me tell you what I was really impressed with you tonight, was your fight IQ. In that second round, Xavier came out. He was faster than you. He started picking you apart. You literally changed everything up, started attacking that leg immediately, busted that leg up, got the fight back, you know, where you wanted it. And you are a very fun fighter, and I am excited to see you fight in the UFC. Get over here.
David Martinez, welcome to the UFC.
Follow at UFC Fight Pass on social media for more announcements coming up this week. Heard the instructions from Asim Zaidi in the corner, Alberto Montes, if he's going to try to lock up another one of those submissions, to do it from top position.
Yeah, and for Calderon's corner, they said if you're going to crash, you have to commit to crashing. They don't want him necessarily hanging out at boxing range, but I think they liked what they saw from their fighter in round 1.
Simple attack.
Montes definitely seems to have the cleaner counter striking.
Stiff jab coming from Montes.
Landed right to the bread basket.
Yeah, it's that counter right over and over again from Montes.
Calderon just a dog. He is walking forward, undeterred, eating shots, throwing combinations.
Pace is definitely slowed for him. He was wild in that first round. They've settled in a bit. Oh man, Montes is starting to really find his boxing range.
Calderon still trying to fire a big shot and turn the tables. Tries to force some grappling, unsuccessful. Montes feints his way in. And he's got Calderon along the fence. Sheds another takedown attempt. Calderon, not good body language there.
Oh, he's exhausted. I mean, he went for it again.
Oh, Peruvian necktie!
No way. All right, he got out of it, but that would have been insane.
Right into the anaconda, though.
Montes is on a 3-fight submission win streak.
He's trying to roll. He's going to try, see if he can tuck his head and roll the other way. Yep, there it goes. He's got to try to turn him over and get a better squeeze. He wants that elbow. He can almost use his own. It doesn't matter now. This is tight.
This is getting very tight. He's going to try to collect the legs. Calderon, the way that he's...
The tap. 4 in a row in submissions for Alberto Montes. 6 subs in his career. Was supposed to fight on Dana White's Contender Series 5 years ago. Complications and major injuries pushed that back to 2024, but Montes makes the most of it. And for the fighter who left his native Venezuela for the United States with a promise to his mom that he would fight on the biggest stage, Alberto the Promise Montes might fulfill that tonight.
Well, it was these counter right hands on the feet that were really starting to pick apart Calderon. Calderon goes for this shot, and then from here, it's all Montes. The way that he's able...
No, got away with one.
Yeah, got away with one there. Initially, he sits back for this Peruvian necktie here, and then transitions right into this anaconda choke. It is his specialty. It is the 4th time that he's gotten it done this way. Opponents in the future, beware when this man grabs your neck. He is so good at putting guys out from that spot. Well done, Alberto Montes.
All right, time now for the official decision. Brought to you by Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the UFC. Let's send it in to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 38 seconds into round number 2, referee Eric McMahon calls a stop to the fight for the winner by submission via anaconda choke, Alberto Montes.
Yeah, tons of other issues. You show up here tonight, crazy, fun Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu battle. We love the fight. Get over here. You're in.
Alberto Montes, welcome to the UFC.
Rounds 2 or 3 for the first time in his career. Right back to work here in round 2 in Nurgozhay in red and Szewczyk in blue.
The corner of Nurgozhay had a really interesting method of getting his fighter's face moist there. I don't know if you saw that. Spit right in it.
Yeah, I heard it.
To each their own. To each their own. Oh, here's your small box, guys. That's its own thing right there.
I'd be upset.
I wonder if that's a Kazakhstan thing.
If that was a woman, that would not fly.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Nope. I'd be having 2 fights if I was in that corner. Solid inside kick there. Maybe he's trying to do that to set up that potential power kick up the stairs. Southpaw versus orthodox here, something to be noted.
Yep, and he does have that. He's got tremendous head kicks. I think Nurgozhay just has to get a little bit busier figuring out the range here.
Counter combination comes from Nurgozhay. After another inside leg kick from Szewczyk, that one,
there's the power.
Looks like it had an effect on Szewczyk.
And if Nurgozhay can continue to counter these kicks, make Szewczyk pay, that's where he's going to find success, because he's doing a really nice job of putting 2-3 punches together when he's finding that range.
We have to see any takedown attempts on either side of this one. We thought Nurgozhay might try to get things to the ground. Szewczyk, we expected a kickboxing approach.
You know, Nurgozhay has a pretty significant fight habit / tick where he wipes his eye. I wonder, you know, obviously it's something that he's used to, but that's got to take away from a little bit of your timing and your rhythm, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Szewczyk can try to counter that,
well,
you know it's coming.
Yeah, and so much of the open stance is that lead hand play, right? Figuring out how to control the space between you and your opponent from this open stance, but it's kind of a different look when your opponent isn't jabbing and is a little bit too busy kind of wiping his face.
Yeah, neither guy has really been using that lead hand. And again, I know, with southpaw and orthodox, it's not necessarily your biggest weapon, but you can use it to set up your weapon, which is that rear hand.
How about Szewczyk on your bingo card for the first takedown attempt? Under 2 minutes to go in round 2 as they work along the fence. Ooh, dangerous. Oh! The head kick lands! And dear Nurgozhay is undefeated in the most emphatic of ways with a head kick knockout to put an exclamation point on week 8. Well, it was going at a measured pace.
That was crazy.
Until a firework exploded in the form of dear Nurgozhay's left leg that landed flush and put Bartosz Szewczyk out cold.
I think in a lot of ways, Nurgozhay lulled him into a bit of a certain pace, a certain look. And then in that moment, switched it up through the head kick. I mean, beautiful stuff, wow.
He's 10-0 and getting a word with the boss. He might have another word with the boss in a few minutes as Bartosz Szewczyk comes to.
Let's take a look at this setup here. Oh, he gets the foot angle and then the rear left kick. As soon as he found that angle, that southpaw angle, and unfortunately, Szewczyk was dipping right into it. Although he was using one hand to block, it just was not enough. A thunderous left kick right here. It gets the angle, same side punch setup, left hand, kick follows it. Those same side kick guys, they'd be getting it done lately.
Yeah, that's me looking at my notes for 1 second.
Stunned
and
silence.
Missed it.
That's me not knowing what to say for a second, too.
Jaws dropped around the fight world watching Dana White's Contender Series tonight. Whew. Dear Nurgozhay stays undefeated. His 6th win by knockout. For the final time tonight, here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 minutes, 32 seconds into round number 2, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for the winner by knockout, Nurgozhay.
I don't know if something was in his eye or if that's a nervous tick he's got or what the deal is, but let me tell you this. He's incredible head kick, 10-0, 27 years old, 6 knockouts, 2 subs. I think you're going to be a very fun addition to the light heavyweight division. Get over here.
Dear Nurgozhay, welcome to the UFC.